some he thought his best friend. Second best friend, an ordinary friend. He received a summons by the king. Appear before the court. We have a case against you. Generally all kings are somewhat crazy. And the man was a pious man. He began to tremble in fear. He said, I did not do anything wrong. Why the king will ask me? He came to his best friend. Best friend said, well, I know you are a good man, but I have not watched you 24 hours. Well, I say good luck. Go ahead to the king. He came to his next best friend, whom he did not think that much. He also heard. He said, I know, but the king is crazy. If they find anything against you, they may put me into the jail also. I will go with you unto the palace gate, but not enter. Then he came to his third friend, whom did not consider so much as a friend. He heard, he said, I know you. You cannot have done anything wrong. Don't worry, go have lunch. Come leisurely, I am going ahead of you to testify on your behalf. The summon is the summon of death. King is the death. The first, most intimate friend stalks and burns in the house. They say bye-bye. They do not come out. Second best friend, the relatives, father, mother, wife, they accompany the person up to the crematorium. Bye-bye. Third friend is the good deed. They travel ahead of you to testify for you. So whom you thought not much of a friend, but actually the real friend. So we think this will help me. Shankaracharya composed the hymn, Bhaja Govindam. In the early dawn, he went to take a dip in a river. An old man, he was memorizing rules of philosophy. He came back, composed the hymn. Stupid man, chant the name of the Lord, Bhaja Govindam. Mudha mate, samprapte sannihite kale. When the time of going draws near, samprapte sannihite kale. Nahi nahi rakkhati dukuni karane. Nobody will come to save you. Your philosophy would be useless. Here also, a person old, but he did not think. They prepare for the 20 years before how he will be cremated. Does not prepare for the departure. I remember, we had a devotee, he is more of a friend. I knew his father and mother, they're 80s. They came to Charleston to meet another devotee. And both of them died in a car crash. He called me in Thousand Park. I was surprised because I knew his father and mother. He did not go even from St. Petersburg to Charleston. He called the undertaker, take the bodies, cremate. Can you believe that? That was my shock. This is the world. But we think we'll be remembered by the posterity. Nothing. Traffic will not stop. Sun will continue to shine. But we don't prepare. We have Blue Cross, Blue Shield, insurance. We have psychiatrists. What about against death? Against old age? We do not have any provision. Third, lift yourself by yourself. Uddharet atmanatmanan. No suffering is undeserved. By the weakness of our mind, we contribute 50% to our suffering, and the external world contributes other 50%. Since we cannot have control the whole world, all we can do to stop our contribution. There is no magic cure. There is nothing sensational, supernatural, or occult remedy that can make our mind strong, except by our effort. Second, happiness depends upon peace of mind. Peace of mind upon self-mastery. Self-mastery is never possible without self-awareness. Fourth, be a yogi. Balanced. It is a timeless manual for enlightened living. Yogic living asks us to live in all our dimensions, physical, mental, spiritual. It is marked by creativity, efficiency, spontaneity, balance, and evenness. It is living that is free from the fever of ego. Sri Krishna told Arjuna, Yuddhasya bigata jaro. Jaro means fever. Fight this battle of life, being free from the fever of ego. Fever of ego, drunkenness of desire, blindness of delusion. Its three principles are self-sacrifice, charity, self-control. Fifth, avoid extremes and excesses in any matter. Be temperate and follow moderation. Human life, nature cannot be changed overnight. Human habits are like screws driven into a wall with a number of turns, and the screws will require same number of opposite turns to come out. Play the role assigned to you by the divine will. Try to do your duties to the best of your ability. Fight the battle of life. Fight hard. Return home when the play is over. Tasmat uttishta kaunteya. Arjuna was depressed. When he saw in the field his own relatives, forefathers, uncle, he chickened out. He said, they're evil. Kill them in the battlefield. Get up, Arjuna. Yuddhaya kriti nishchaya. Don't be depressed. Fight hard. Fight up to the end. Then, this life is a play. A role was assigned. Somewhere you were a mother, somewhere you were a father, somewhere a friend. Play the role. When the game is over, come home. That is salvation. Your home is there. Remember that life is a journey. It has peaks and valleys, ups and downs, victory, defeat. Follow the highway. Keep the goal in view. Visaya vinivartanti, niraharasya dehino. Abstention does not take away the root of desire. If you fast, mind will become. The moment you eat breakfast, all of them with hulu bulu, we are here. They talk about abstention and all these things. That does not work. You must exercise your judgment, discriminating. Two things present before yourself: path of desire, path of self-restraint. One will take you down, other will take you up. Next, Aruraksa munir yogam karma karanam uchyate, the first verse of the 6th chapter. Those who want to meditate, karma yoga is the first. Aruraksa, one who is going to mount. It always intrigued me. Because in order to meditate, you have to have a mind. Mind is lost in the street, in the house, in the son, daughter. Get the mind out. Then you can meditate. Bhagavad Gita says, make success in worldly matters. Do it in the form of a yoga. When you do to the maximum. Here that, we sadhus, what we do, if it had been my personal estate, I will not spend even 1/10 of the energy I am doing it. If you make a flower garden, plant, feed it, manure it, water it, if you have a plant and you do not try to see it is growing, what kind of plant lover you are? That's why it is said, if you see in the office of a doctor, his plants are dying, don't go to that doctor. Exercise little reason. Let me tell you a story. Dave sadly was born without ears. Have you seen anybody without ears? Although successful in business, this problem did annoy him greatly. One day he needed to hire a new manager for his company. He set up 3 interviews. The first guy was great. He knew everything he needed to know and was very interesting. But at the end of the interview, Dave asked him, do you notice anything different about me? Why, yes, I couldn't help out, but notice that you have no ears, came the reply. Dave did not appreciate this candor and threw him out of the office. Nobody likes to hear. The second interview was with a woman. She was even better than the first, but he asked her the same question, do you notice anything different about me? Well, she said, you have no ears. Dave again got upset. The third and the final interview was the best of the bunch. He was a young man who had recently earned his BSc honors. He was smart, he was handsome, he seemed to be a better businessman than the first to put together. Dave was anxious. but went ahead and asked the young man the same question. Do you notice anything different about me? And much to his surprise, the young man answered, yes, you are wearing contact lenses, don't you? Dave was shocked and raised this as an incredibly observant person. How in this world do you know that? The young man fell off his chair, laughingly hysterical, and replied, well, it is pretty hard to wear glasses without ears. He went other way. Anyway, so this is. Sixth, Gita says, make effort to know its limit. Krishna said, but you cannot accomplish without me. Alone you cannot do. That is that promise. Suchinang Srimatang Gehe. 7. Yogaks Khemang Bhavamam. Be not depressed. The moment you make a resolve that you want to reach God, reach Krishna, I come into the picture. All you need to know that you should be sincere. I come, carry things you need, make things favorable, clear the roadblocks. But I may make you work. We are thinking, well, Yogaks Khemang Baham Maham, I can remain seated in my couch. And Krishna will bring me cheeseburger, coffee, Coke. Huh? This is, many people think. Final. Wherever Sri Krishna, Yogeshwara, goal of yoga, God, and Jatra Partha Dhanudhara, builder of the Gandiva, human effort, they join. Grace and effort join. There comes beauty, prosperity, success, and fulfillment. Make effort, but depend upon divine will. If you wanted something, prayed hard, but did not happen, you must understand. If it had happened, that would have strangled you. It did not happen, it is good, even though unpleasant. Everywhere, your accomplishment is not always pleasant. A little boy got into the bus and sat next to a man reading a book and noticed he had his collar on backwards. The little boy asked why he wore his collar that way. The man, who was a priest, said, I am a father. That little boy said, my daddy does not wear this collar like that. The priest looked up from his book and answered, I am father of many. The boy said, my dad has 4 boys, 4 girls, 2 grandchildren, and does not wear his collar that way. The priest, getting impatient, said, I am the father of hundreds, and went back to reading his book. Little boy sat quietly. On leaving the bus, he leaned over and said, well, maybe you should wear your pants backwards instead of your cocoa. So this is. So that is the tragedy and comedy of life. We want to accomplish everything. Things must happen according to our choice. In this world, there is nothing perfect. Why you expect a perfect home, perfect marriage? You are not perfect. Tough to be 80. Old age. 3 men were discussing aging at a nursing home. You know, nursing home stories. 60, the worst age to be, said the 60-year-old. You always feel like you have to urinate. Most of the time, you stand at the toilet and nothing comes out. 60. Ah, that's nothing, said the 70-year-old. When you are 70, you can't even defecate anymore. You take laxatives, eat burn,